Coming to the structure of pollen grain, once the pollen grain is coming out, you can see here, once the pollen grain is coming out, once the anther is ruptured out, you can see pollen grain coming out from the anther like this, and it looks like yellow dust. If you look closely, they look like this. Even we have seen in our microscope here, the pollen grain looks like this. It is spiny outside. We are going to study the structure of this pollen grain again. So pollen grain, it is representing the male gametophyte, and it is spherical. Pollen grain is spherical, and it is about 25 to 50 micrometer in diameter. So 1 micrometer is 1000 parts of a meter. If you take a meter and if you break 1000 times, that forms a single micrometer, and that's how it is becoming 25 to 50 micrometers. Very tiny, yet it is observable under microscope. So very important here that these pollen grains, they are having two layers. The outer layer is exine and the inner layer is intine. So we are going to study about the structure of pollen grain in again here. So here the exine and intine, we have told the structure of pollen grain. In this we have told that outer layer is exine and inner layer is intine. So we'll see about them. The hard outer layer is called as the exine, and this exine is made up of sporopollenin. Very important to note here that it is made up of sporopollenin, and this is very special substance that it is giving invincible strength to this pollen grain, because which is this pollen grain is having this sporopollenin, and this sporopollenin is most resistant organic material is known so far, because it can withstand higher temperature and it can withstand strong acids and also alkali base. So they can withstand any extreme condition like a temperature, extreme acidity, or extreme basic condition. So there is very this outer layer, that is exine, which is made up of sporopollenin, and this sporopollenin is very tough, and it is very strong, so that it is protecting the gametes which are present inside. Highly it is protecting them. No enzyme can degrade this sporopollenin so far. So we have not known the enzyme that can degrade the sporopollenin. So you can understand how efficient it is. That's why the pollen grains which were there for a long period of time ago, like they were 5,000 years ago or 10,000 years ago, even such pollen grains are even existed now, and they are also viable. When we say viable, it means that they can pollinate even now. So they are that active now. So this is only because they have a hard outer layer, that is sporopollenin, and this sporopollenin is giving them the strength to survive in all these extreme conditions. The exine has prominent aperture called germ pores, and this exine, which is not continuous, and it is having certain gaps, or it is having certain places where the sporopollenin is absent on the pollen grain. So those areas where the sporopollenin is not present, it is forming a pore-like structure. Those pores are nothing but they are called as germ pores. And this germ pore is very important. This germ pore is the site at which the pollen tube is coming out of this pollen grain. Once again, these germ pores are the pores these are the places where the sporopollenin is not present. It is absent, therefore it is forming a pore-like structure. And those pores are nothing but germ pores. And germ pores are the site at which this pollen tube is generating out from this germ pore. And when is the pollen tube generating out? This pollen tube is generating out when the pollination is occurring. That we will understand further on. But for now, we must remember this germ pore is the site where the pollen tube is generating out from. And the inner layer, that is intine, the inner wall of the pollen grain is intine. It is a thin and continuous layer, whereas the previous one, exine, is very thick and it is discontinuous layer, whereas here the intine, it is thin and it is continuous layer, and it is made up of cellulose and pectin. Cellulose and pectin are the substance with which it is made up of, and whereas here the exine is made up of sporopollenin. So these differences of hexane and intine is very important, and you can note down these, and you can also discuss about. We are going to discuss about this pollen grain further.